Good morning. Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you some prediction readings for the 7th of October. Let's see if I can catch up with the month this time. Apologies for the other day. I did say in September. I'm still stuck in a month behind. Thank you guys. Sue Skinner here reminding me. Thank you very much everybody for reminding me. Apologies if that confused anybody. Anyway, we're in October now, guys. Welcome anybody new to my channel as well. We discuss things here, chat to each other, let each other know what's going on in our countries. Often we don't get the real news on mainstream media. As we know, over the last few years, that has been a rather big issue. Like buttons, guys, and please feel free to comment. It takes me a couple of days sometimes to get back to your comments. We've been having huge Wi-Fi problems here. They're laying cables and stuff being in the country. They're relaying everything and it's interrupting. So every time I go on to comment to people, there's no Wi-Fi and I can't get on my iPad and it just... You know how it goes. Wi-Fi seems to always be down, guys. My daughter loves KFC chips and we often drive through the KFC and just grab her some chips. Teenagers, all they do is eat. And the Wi-Fi is always down at KFC and they always had their sign on the little drive-through sign, cash only. Cash only. Sorry, Wi-Fi. FPOS down, can only have cash only. So, happens all the time. Can you imagine the future, guys, if it became... card only? Cheers everyone, I've got my OJ today. I just don't see it happening, guys. It's going to be a disaster. And the new generation, the youth, they don't understand how cash works because they're so used to tapping. They get very confused if you try to give them like the coins or something like to round it up. They get all muddled up, don't they? They have to press the exact amount into the cash register and that. They don't like you doing that. It's just a whole new generation. We know it is. It just takes a lot to get your head around, doesn't it? For everybody, I think, nowadays. I know it's flying all of our brains, the BS detectors here on this channel. That's what we call ourselves, guys, if you are new. We've got many labels: BS detector, Braveheart, Maverick, Rebel, Freedom Fighting. Oh, Terrabellions is another one because we've learnt to live in a new earth because we've vibrationally shifted ourselves away from all the nonsense and garbage and lies that's currently being fed to everybody. We know it is. A little bit of admin, guys. Enough of me prattling on. I haven't got a lot. We've got Trump, yes, back in the spotlight in Pennsylvania, the site of the shooting. I noticed he's got the bulletproof plastic perspex or whatever around this time, which is probably a good idea since there's been 2 attempts on his life. Very strange. So he's back on the road again, which you got to give it to him. That's pretty brave, really, isn't it? Like, oh, he's taking on a lot, I got to say. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with all of this. Fingers not rigged like last time, but watch this space, guys. All right. The other thing is huge plasticine protests isn't it Australia? We've got huge in Sydney and Melbourne. I think one was yesterday and I think there's one in Sydney today for the anniversary of the Hamas attack. These are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I always say the UK and like globally, these are getting bigger. They are getting bigger. It's getting crazy out there. They're almost getting a little... They're not quite volatile yet, but you could see how it wouldn't take much to ignite a bit of drama into these protests. So, don't know what's going on. We've got Elbow, I think, tonight, meeting with a few people talking about anti-Semitism and how it's made the Jews feel uncomfortable, which we know it has because it's all this separate and divide yet again. Like, how are we here all these years on and we've still got people feeling uncomfortable? Oh, it's exhausting, isn't it, guys? It's the same old battles making people feel so uncomfortable. It should not even be happening. We're supposed to be all getting on and multicultural and everybody... Sorry, guys, still got hay fever. And it's super windy outside today. It's cold again. So... This is not great at all. When people are feeling ostracized, especially with a lot of the university protests that happen globally, a lot of the Jewish community were just too scared to go to uni or... It's sad. It's sad that we're going through this, isn't it, guys? I understand Look, I get why it triggers in people, because it shouldn't be happening. The stuff that's going on is horrific. No one's saying it shouldn't. But it's like I always say, when people come from other countries, as we talk about immigration here a lot, and now a lot of people are leaving Lebanon. There's a lot going on over in other countries as well. They bring the volatile energy with them. They don't leave it behind. They bring it with them. So that's something I've always highlighted to you guys, and I think you know that anyway, is they bring, well, their pain bodies rise up very easily, especially when they're en masse. You think of a whole heap of people in their wound up, aggressive, angry energy. It's not good. It's very contagious. It spreads. It's like anything, isn't it? It becomes an energy force. So we've got these massive plasticine protests. They're going to keep growing too. They're not slowing down, and they're not really being stopped either, which is kind of strange because it makes it uncomfortable for the opposite side. Anyway, what can you do if your government's not closing these protests down? But don't you fight for your freedom and be a freedom fighter because you get hit with rubber bullets, sonic devices, capsicum spray, all the above. Horses in China, yes, in Canada, Trudeau came out with all the horses and the special forces SWAT team or whatever it was to shut you down. So free speech, you've got to wonder. It's like we always say here, and you guys in the UK particularly, the two-tier society. Different rules for these and different rules for them, and there's not really a blanket ruling, is there? Oh, except for the bills where they're silencing free speech. Yes, the hate speech laws and all that sort of thing. If you hurt anyone's feelings. Go figure. How contradictory is that? I know we've got them here in Australia now, and you've got them in the UK, I'm pretty sure. Canada, you would have them for definitely. The hate speech bill. Anyway, enough of that, guys. There's something I wanted to read to you guys, because we're always talking about our awakening and how it's been a real process and a real journey going through this experience. And I just wanted to read, I think I've read it to you before, but it's been a while, from my book, The Mountain Is You, by Brianna Wiest. I've got a lot of new viewers here, so I thought it wouldn't hurt us to recap a little bit on what the awakening is, because that's what's going on at the current moment around the globe. People are waking up. They're shifting their vibrational frequency, which means they're moving really from the 3D and they're shifting into a higher frequency vibration, meaning their senses are opening up. The world's really changing. We talk about it as having antenna and picking up different radio frequencies, but also seeing the world through crystal glasses, which is through a very different lens, like the veils are lifting. So this is what the awakening is, but it's really what the awakening is what they say, the mountain is you. It's about conquering yourself. We often talk about that little show here on YouTube, Finding Joe. It's so cute. It's about taking off all the layers that you've picked up along the way on your journey and finding out who you really are again. That's what the awakening is. And for anyone who has been through the awakening, for most of us, not all, but I talk a lot about dark night of the soul, some of the intense pain that a lot of us go through. It's like cracking open an egg and you emerge someone else, like we talk about the caterpillar emerging into the butterfly from the cocoon. It's a very painful experience, which a lot of us go through. So I'm just going to, because it's that letting go of the past traumas, hurts, pains. It's a process. So I'll just read this little bit to you here. Mastery, this is mastery of yourself, is to realize that we are equipped with the exact traits we need to overcome the mountains before us. And in fact, doing so is the ultimate calling of our lives. We are not only capable, we are destined. Mastery is to finally understand that the years of discomfort you endured were not some sort of purgatory you had to just get through. They were your deepest inner self, informing you that you are capable of more, deserving of better, and meant to transform into the person of your dreams. You must claim it. You must create it. Your own healing process will create an invisible ripple effect on the collective. If we want to change the world, we change ourselves. If we want to change our lives, we change ourselves. If we want to scale the greatest mountains before us, we change how we arrive at the path. When you reach the peak of it all, whatever that may be for you, you will look back and know that every step was worth it. More than anything else, you will be overwhelmingly grateful for the pain that led you to begin your journey, because really it wasn't trying to hurt you as much as it was trying to show you that something was wrong, that something was the risk of your potential remaining untapped. Your life spent with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, and wondering why you never felt quite right. Your life is just beginning. One day the mountain that was in front of you will be so far behind you. It will be barely visible in the distance. But who you become in learning to climb it, that will stay with you forever. That is the point of the mountain. That's why we get so challenged, guys. I love that book. It's a really good book. Go and see if you can find it somewhere, guys. It's a great read. It's one of those books you can just pick up and read a section. But that's exactly our journey. We wonder why we go through these pains and these experiences, but they're all the things that lead you to find who you are. And when you reach find that pinnacle, like at the top of the mountain, and then you start to get, we always talk about here, the 360-degree view of everything that's happening, and not just visibly. We just sense it. It's a knowing that we have, and we always get given, if you're new on this channel, the song by Josh Groban. The guides try and raise us up so we can stand on mountains. They try to guide us and prop us up to be the best version of ourselves, is what that song relates to. So I just thought I'd read that little bit too today, because I think it's really relevant to what the awakening process really is about. It's about yourself and discovering who you are. But also, not only that, you pick up those skills along the way that are always really helpful to you in life. Like, negative experiences, there's always got to be that positive outcome. You might not realize it at the time. It could be in years to come that you realize, looking back, why that happened to you. I often talk about the patchwork quilt of life and how everything pieces together and it leads you somewhere. So that's what the awakening is. It's you changing yourself. It's never been about anyone outside of you or anything outside of you. It's about you finally getting to that place where you feel that freedom inside your body and you're pain-free, and that resistance. We often talk about resistance in the body, that repelling. We talk about the magnets that repel. It's about that. It's about finally flowing and connecting with things that are, I guess you could say, energetically and gravitationally drawn into your life because of your own energy circles, really, and the vibration that you're giving out. All right, how about we get back into the reading, guys? Enough of me explaining the awakening. I'm sure you've all experienced it in your own way. We're all different. We don't all go through the same things, but there is a few commonalities that we would all share, I'm sure, here. Let us know down below if anyone's had a different experience. It'd be very interesting to read about it and understand, well, what we all go through. Some people go through grief, some people go through heartache, some people just go through horrific. My nephew, for example, had a horrific motorbike accident, and it really changed him spiritually. I mean, he was on death's door, and these kind of things change you as well. Just some examples. All right. Getting it, England rising, the UK. There's movement over there, guys. There has to be. Starmageddon can't keep going on his merry path, just squashing everybody. It's too crazy, isn't it? And people are really jacked off over there. I'm getting, because you've had a run of it. You've had the Boris Johnson, the Liz Truss, the sushi. You've had it all over there, and it just feels like another revolving door of Prime Minister that's going to just go in and out, doesn't care about the people, just cares about rolling out his agenda, and then he'll move on. He's not in it for the long haul. I think people realise he's not in it for the long haul, and he's really not caring about the little people at all. So that's what people are picking up on. It's showing me him just squashing people with his shoe, like standing on people and squashing them. That's what I'm getting. Honestly, I went to Woolies yesterday, guys. The prices of groceries and cost of living is mortifying. Are you guys finding this? I'm sure it's not just me. It's getting worse. They're destroying people's lives. They are making it impossible to live. We knew that was their goal, but it's working, guys. It's really working. Everything is just going up and up and up. And funny enough, the only thing that's a bit stable at the moment, well, here in Oz or where I live, is petrol and fuel. It's actually a bit stable, which is nice for a change. But everything else. And I'm finding now all the services are going up. The dog groomers are going up. Everything's going up. Coffee shops, hospitality, eating out. I bought, I think it was 2 croissants and a hot chocolate for myself and my daughter the other day. It was $30. I nearly fell over. So that means that you can only do that now and again. It's not something, you'd do that 2-3 times a week, wouldn't think anything of it. And now they're the sort of things, and this is global. And they actually had on about cinemas the other day, movie theatres. I told you guys that the movie theatres closed down in my town recently. It's like a patronage. I know we've got all the online streaming services, but I love the movies. I know a lot of you out there on my channel love the movies. We love our popcorn experience and the choc tops and just the whole atmosphere. Like, it's great escapism for a couple of hours. But they were talking about how the movies are really struggling. It was on Current Affair or one of those shows, and just saying how they're so expensive, like to buy the food and that, which we know it is. It's very overpriced. But another thing that's just dying out. Remember the drive-ins? They all died out years ago, didn't they? It's just sad what's going on in the world. Everyone's hesitating in what they're doing, let alone the holidays, which a lot of us here have talked about as well. That's becoming a near impossible thing. You're going to go away for like 2 nights at a time. So that's all anyone can afford. All right. Sorry, guys, I'm prattling on. But the cost of living is absolutely shocking. It's not slowing down. It keeps rising. So that's why England, you're going to get a lot happening over there. I keep saying it's variety too. You're going to get your plasticine, but you've got your strikes. You got the pay, the wage rises, people overworked, underpaid. There'll be signs like, cost of living going up, but no wages are going up, this kind of thing. People are going to fight back. It's good. You need them to fight back. If only they would all do it globally. I tell you what, like I always say to you guys, Australians do nothing. Bunch of gutless wonders. Nothing happens down here. Same old people have to fight all the time, and we've had a gutful, so we're not doing it anymore. Oh, it's just so frustrating, isn't it? Oh, anyway, I know you guys understand the frustration. I hear it in your comments. All right, let's keep going. Getting Finland. I feel like Finland's being hit with some renewable agenda. They're getting hit with the renewables. Finland. I'm just getting that. And they're, of course, got cost of living problems as well. I don't think anyone can escape it, can they? So I'm getting Finland. They might even try and fight back a little bit too. They might try to have their say to Parliament, I feel, in Finland. They're not happy either. No one's happy. No one is happy. Oh, and why would we be? Because we'll be happy and own nothing. But so far that plan's not going real well, is it, for the old reset agenda? Because people aren't so happy when they're broke. It's starting to be highlighted. All right. So I am getting Finland. They're going to have some stand-ups. It's not that big, Finland. Oh, is it? I don't know. But I do feel they're starting to get hit hard as well. Getting Alaska, and I'm getting that song, North to Alaska, game ball to bum. It's a country song, isn't it? But I am getting Alaska, and I can't get that song out of my head, so I just had to mention it. Alaska. Oh, they're showing me, like, in Alaska, like, fishing businesses, like boats, like big fishing boats, the fishing industry. I feel like there's dramas with the fishing industry. This could be taxes. It could be taxes on the fishermen or something like this in Alaska that's going to go down like a lead balloon. They're really upping the taxes. See, we know this is a global agenda. So I am seeing like big taxes on, I'm saying fishermen, fishing boats, the fishing industry, that kind of thing. I'm just getting big taxes, and it's not going to go down well at all. It's like, isn't it, they target specific industries, don't they? I'm getting that. Big taxes in Alaska. Could be other things too, but maybe this is just the start. The fishing industries are going to get really knocked about. It's showing me their fishing boats like getting really knocked about. Not literally. This is just financially. All right. Oh, gosh, I've watched a couple of videos, guys. Speaking of, I just kept getting America then in my head. That Hurricane Helene. Oh, my God. That is so dodgy. Your government, the Biden government, is not even really helping people. They pretend they're helping people and it's boots on the ground. But it's all the citizens and civilians with their own helicopters and that have been saving everybody up the mountains and things. So go figure. How much dodgy stuff is going on, guys? It's not right, is it? We're going to hear a lot more about that, guys. Always a little bit questionable. What an absolute catastrophic disaster that is. Oh, and there's so many people missing. It's absolutely sickening. So sending strength and hope everybody gets through that over there. That's very, very challenging, especially when your government doesn't step in and do diddly do. Promising the world. Let's hope that helps a little bit of the voting go maybe Trump's way, guys, instead of Kamala Harris's way, because they're really not acting like a great government at the moment over there. So I am getting that, and I'm getting, hang on a minute, I'm getting real clear-cut division in America. I feel like people's decision-making when it comes to the vote, which is coming around very fast, is very clear-cut now. People were very wishy-washy for a long time. People aren't sure. Some people get this better the devil we know than the one we don't know, although they know Trump. They've had him before. But people are just, I don't even know what it is. You know what it could be? It could be a lot to do with the CV event and the mass psychosis and all the things that went on too. You know, you don't know what sort of happened to people's brains back then. So there was a lot of confusion for people which way to swing. But I feel like now, since the debates and since, Kamala's promising the world and going to, of course, fix cost of living and all that, which they haven't done since the Biden government's been in. So that's very strange. It's actually got worse. So now people are really sort of picking a side. I feel like people are becoming much clearer in their thinking which direction they're going to vote. Oh, God, I hope it's legitimate voting over there. I really do, for your sake. So make sure you get your vote in. I don't think you have to vote in America, do you? We have to vote. It's illegal if you don't vote in Oz. You get a fine. All right. So I am getting that. Hang on a minute. Because people are so tired. In America, people are tired. They're exhausted. They're just sick of the shit fight that's gone on in the last few years. We know the Mexican border gate scandal. We talk about it constantly. It's a massive, massive issue. It's a massive issue. And there's more. There's going to be more immigrants. We know, as we know, if anyone watches mainstream media, which most of you don't, my hubby and I were watching it the other night, and all it was about war. It was all Israel. It was Ukraine. It was all war. They just showed destruction, bombs going on. Horrific. Fear. And I'm not saying that's not going on. My hubby and I were talking about it. Maybe we're all on different timelines or something like that. I mean, we're very fortunate, all of us, most of you here, that we're not in those situations. You cannot even imagine being so displaced from your home and just not being able to sleep. Well, Lebanon, I think it was, and being in fear and living in tents and having no sewerage. And you can't even go there, can you guys? But this means, to me, there's going to be more immigrants being dispersed around the world. So there's going to be more of this. And like I said in the beginning, they bring the volatile energy with them. The fear's very high and people, you don't just leave those things behind. And I'm sure the governments don't let them get counselling and things like this kind of thing to help their mental state. So there's going to be just this immigration global issue is going to continue. And the war issues really highlight that to me from what I saw. This is going to continue to be a problem globally. Because where's everybody going to go? Where's everyone going to go? War is such a destructive, displacing, wasteful. You look at the buildings and you think all the people that built those buildings and they're just rubble. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, you're not going to be able to get war-torn countries just up and running with running water, sewerage, all those things, and make it livable in like 5 minutes. It's not going to happen. So we know these things are going to continue for a long time. So I am seeing that still immigration issues globally are going to continue. Oh, it's crazy. It's a messed up world that we're living in, guys. It really is. And I know you guys say that all the time too on your comments. Like, what the hell? Someone said the other day, sorry, I can't remember who it was. You said, let's stop the world and get off for a while. And I think that's a good idea, guys. I'm with you. I call it Clan Show 2.0, but none of it makes sense. Everything's just out of balance. They're sort of trying to bring in this reset, but then it's not kind of being brought in, but it sort of is, and then it isn't, and I don't even get it. You know what happened to me the other day, guys? I actually went shopping to Canberra with my hubby the other day, which was a big event for me. I actually managed to stay at the shops all day. Or needed some retail therapy probably, but I was very tired by the end of it. But at least I was walking around, guys, with my sciatica issues. And we went into this shop, and I wanted to get this beautiful black cupboard for my black lounge room. And they didn't even have them in the shop. They had none in stock. They don't carry flat packs or anything out the back. You have to order it all and then come back and get it. And I said, but I live like in a whole different town miles away. Like, they don't even stock the shops up anymore. Like, I said to Tim, how can you just go into a shop, want to buy something off their floor stock, and they don't have it in the shop? She said, oh, no, we only get deliveries once a week, and it has... Like, what in the actual, guys? What in the actual is happening? And I forgot to tell you, because I went to... I've got to tell you this too. I went to a shop. It's called DFO, which is like one of those, well, it's just a big shopping centre where it's like an outlet kind of place. They have furniture, they have clothing, it's a very big shop in Canberra, which is the capital city of Australia. Very big shop. Anyway, we went to go to the toilet. All the toilets were out of order, and I mean a big shopping centre, all out of order. Well, now what is happening in the world when they don't get plumbers in to fix the toilets? So everyone was still just desperate. There were pregnant women and everything. And they had out of order on all the doors. Every toilet block was out of order. So there were no usable toilets. But everyone just went in and kept using them and just didn't flush. So can you imagine? Honestly, it was horrifying. The stink and everything. And Tim said, my hubby goes, this is what's going to happen with the cities. There's going to be no services. Like, how could you not get emergency plumbers out to fix that on a long weekend at a shopping centre? And there were mums with little kids and everything there, rushing to the toilets, and you know how it goes. I know this is very strange, but I had to talk about it. It was horrific. It was really horrific. Like you think something, like that's so major, isn't it? But like my hubby said, this is what the cities are coming to now. They don't care about people. They don't care about, oh, well, if you're busting to go to the toilet, tough luck. Like, where are people? If we've got more and more population and immigrants and all this kind of thing happening, it's more and more people. I don't get it, guys. It was absolutely mad. It was mad. So why wouldn't you prioritize that? But I guess this is what's going to happen. It's just the chaos of the cities. And we couldn't wait to get home because we live in the country. We just couldn't wait to get home to the fresh air and no chaos. And, it was honestly, it was an exhausting day, but we only do it like once, twice a year, so I don't go there very often. Canberra's got a very strange energy vibe. No offense to anyone in Canberra, but it's a strange place. I think mostly because that's where all the parliamentary leaders are and that sort of thing. It has that sort of government vibe. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Sorry, guys, prattling on. It was just such a horrific experience. Germany's rising. I've been saying that for ages. I'll continue to say it because they're rising. They're going to stand up against their government. Not going to take it in Germany. They don't want to relive the past history. They don't. I'm getting visuals of Australia and I'm getting elbow. And they're showing me him like with koalas and kangaroos, like at a zoo or something. And he's trying to all make out Australia's still got its grassroots and all that. Elbow never tells us the true story of how he's selling us off with the mining companies, and he's selling all our important resources off to China and all, Panda rather, and all this kind of stuff. But I am getting, he's going to just focus on, we know every time that an important VIP from Panda comes here, that he always talks, literally, Elbow and the guy talk about the pandas at the zoo in, is it South Australia? And the Tasmanian devils in Tasmania here. And they do a lot of animal talk, which to me, it's almost like a bit of code talk. I don't know. But I am getting that Elbow's going to focus on the wildlife and the koalas in Oz, and, you know, maybe the burns hospitals where a lot of koalas got burnt, and they've helped them to like multiply again and put them back in the wild. I'm getting these visuals of Elbow focusing on what Australia really is. The mateship, the animals, the sport. I feel like he's going to try and put himself in a really good light. Especially when it gets closer to the vote, which I don't know. I think it could be next year. Not sure. You have got a vote in Queensland soon between Labor and Liberal as well. So it'll be interesting to see the outcome of that, because I think that could be maybe what triggers Elbow into action. Sort of damage control maybe, where he's got to improve his image. I am getting that because people don't trust Elbow. Lie after lie after lie. We know it, guys. All right, see if there's anything else. Oh, I'm getting China to taxes again. Oh, he just won't stop. Trudeau won't stop. You're getting taxed on more and more things. And we know it's always been ridiculous taxes, but there's even more, like, taxes that don't make sense. Oh, like taxes on garbage. It's almost like this. It's almost like the weight of the garbage, or we know they do that at the actual garbage stations and things like that, but I feel like the weight of your garbage bin, or it's like just ridiculous taxes. We know he's ridiculous anyway, but I feel like there's even going to be, people are going to go, what? Like, wasn't it you had to pay for rain? Wasn't it the rain, how big your land was, you had to pay per meter or something, like just crazy shit like that. There's going to be more of that, guys, like pay for your garbage, the weight of your garbage and all this just shit that no one's going to want to accept. These are the things that could trigger people into action. Fingers crossed they do in bloody China. We need them to. Okay, how about we pull some cards, guys? You're probably sick of me prattling on today. We've got a long weekend here. It's so nice. I don't even know what it's for. It's like, I just like long weekends. They're so relaxing. Let's pull some affirmations. We need some guidance. We really do. Give someone all the things you wish someone had given to you. Oh, well, you probably can't read that. Everything's a little bit hazy today, isn't it, mate? Which really, when I think of that, is just kindness. Give kindness. Give a compliment. Give some joy to someone else. Just little things. Little things. Things that we wish people had given to us probably over our lifetime. I'm going to pull a couple more of these. These are cute. Dream. Every single thing you own was once a figment of someone's imagination. That's very true. Very true, actually, isn't it? Very true. Everything starts with a thought, doesn't it? So keep your dreams alive, guys. Focus on the things you want to create and achieve. Don't just dismiss things and thinking that you're not a person who can contribute in that. We can. That's what the awakening is. It's about finding your creativities, your passions, the things that bring you joy in your life. Oh, I've got cards going everywhere. Trust. We always get trust, don't we? Trust. It's called your life purpose because it will take a lifetime to fulfill. Trust is very hard. Oh, look, it's got like a bear. Is that a bear? Or it looks like a bear or a wolf. Oh, I'm a bit confused. Could be a cross of both. Because it will take a lifetime. See, trust is something that we do get challenged by. That's why we get a lot. I think during the picky wheel and a lot of things that have happened to us over the last few years, a lot of us don't. Well, we know a lot of us don't trust our government. That's a good starting point. But we don't trust a lot of friends, sometimes family too. We know that people would dob us in and all this kind of stuff. I don't let new people into my life. For example, I'm very guarded because I had really good friends for like 15 years, and the minute that picky started, they all just turned their back and wiped me. I know you guys understand that experience. You've all been through these things as well. And trust is a very big thing that I think personally is something we have to constantly work on. I don't think it's something that you just go, oh, I just trust. Trust has to be earned, I think, is what I'm saying. That's why we're constantly got to learn to trust more and open up and be more receptive, which is not easy. All right, let's see if there's anything else to close off with today. Oh, there's a new album out too by Coldplay. I thought I'd just mention to you guys, Moon Magic. I've started playing it on my Spotify. You know how much I love Coldplay. They're so brilliant, aren't they? And if you're new here, we get the song by the guides here, Don't Panic, all the time. Over the last few years, we've got a few songs from the guides to help us on our journey, and one was Don't Panic, which is a great song. Go listen to it by Coldplay. It's about... It was easy to panic a lot during the last 4 years, wasn't it? Especially when we were getting dobbed. Well, people were dobbing us in, and well, we were being forced to do things, mandates, etc., etc. The list goes on. It just never ends, does it? So even the cost of living rising, we knew that was coming, but we just always get told not to panic, just to keep going with the flow. Okay, let's see if there's anything else to finish off with. Getting that Kenny Rogers song. You got to know when to hold her, know when to tell her, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You gotta count your money while you're sitting at the table. Is that The Gambler? I think it is The Gambler. I don't know why we're getting that. Sometimes we just get songs that might mean something to you guys, or just for vibration, or just for the joy of it. Sometimes it's a memory. Let me see if there's one more thing. I'm getting I think it's the Eagles. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. Do. They were a great band, weren't they? I really loved them. Now they're giving me Hotel California. Boy. What's that band? Welcome to the Hotel California. Is that the Eagles? Who sings that? Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. It's an old song. Hang on, let me see if there's one more thing. I'm getting that song. I'll leave you with this today. B-52's Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, that's where it's at. Loving and a kissing, walking and a hugging. I can't remember. That was such a huge hit by the B-52. Not B-52. What am I talking about? Was it B-52? Who sang Love Shack? I don't remember. But anyway, that's a great song, Love Shack. But that's about the vibrational frequency. Everything just coming together. People are awakening. That's what the awakening is. It's getting on that love frequency vibration. Love Shack. I'm going to leave you with that. Oh, that's an old one. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, hit the like buttons. Please comment. Please subscribe too. It'd be lovely to have you here. Like I said, we've built a community of awakened people who are currently seeing through all the garbage, BS, nonsense and lies. Have the best weekend, guys, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.